Hello, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at one of the Cambridge exams, the FCE, and we're going to be focusing on the reading. And in this video what I'm going to be doing is basically explaining what you have to do in each part of the reading, and also I'll be giving you some general tips. I will be doing some extra videos in the future. Hopefully there'll be a link here to those videos which will go through each part of the reading individually and also give you specific tips for that part. Let's have a look at the reading tasks. Alright, so first of all, in the FCE exam there are 3 reading texts for you to do. Now recently, or a couple of years ago anyway, they put the grammar and the reading together. So you are tested together and you have 75 minutes to do both of these. So you do have to manage your time very carefully. In other words, you can't spend too long on the reading and then leave no time for the grammar, or too long on the grammar and not enough time for the reading. As we all know, reading takes time. So you do have to watch the time. So as a general guide, and I'm saying this general guide, what I usually recommend is 30 minutes for the grammar and 45 minutes for the reading. Usually, in reality, you could probably get this down to 25 minutes for the grammar, and that'll leave you 50 minutes for the readings. But again, it really varies from student to student, and some students will do the grammar very, very quickly and they can still get high marks, and this gives them a lot more time to spend on their reading. Other students are fast readers, so it does kind of vary. Part 5 and 6, which we'll get into in a minute, carry 2 marks for each correct answer, and part 7 carries 1 mark, and you'll understand that more in a minute. And generally, when it comes to reading, there are 2 main ways of doing the reading. First of all, if you're a very fast reader, as I mentioned earlier on, some people like to skim read through the text to get the basic meaning and the gist of the text, and then take the questions one at a time and try and answer them. Other people, myself included, prefer to go straight to the questions and underline my keywords and then go into the text and find the answers as I'm reading it, because usually people just run out of time. They spend too much time reading the text and then they can't remember really what they've read anyway, so it's pointless. But again, what's important is you find a method of doing this exam that suits you. So, without further ado, let's have a look at these readings. So first of all, part 5. So what you're going to have here is a reading text with 6 multiple choice questions, A, B, C, or D, as you can kind of see here. So you're going to have a short text and then 6 questions. Now each of these questions carry 2 marks. And the first thing to remember about this part is that the answers are in order. So the answer to number 1 is probably going to be in the first paragraph or the second paragraph. Number 2 will be after number 1. Number 3 will be after number 2. That's the way it works. Why is this useful? This is useful because if you find the answer and you underline it for number 3, let's say, then you know where to start looking for the answer to number 4 and you're not wasting any time. So a lot of my students say to me, "Oh, mister, do I really have to underline?" No, you don't, but it does kind of help you find the next answer. So yes, you do. Part 6, this is the favorite part of many students. What you'll have here is a text, and what they'll do is they'll take 6 sentences out of this text. So it's like a kind of jigsaw puzzle, and what you've got to do is put these sentences in the correct place. And as if this wasn't hard enough, they'll also give you 1 extra just to confuse you. Okay, so here you are given a text, 6 removed sentences, as I said, and you must put the sentence in the correct gap. So in order to do this, some very quick tips, which again I'll get into more detail in another video, is you need to look extremely closely at the sentence before the gap and after the gap. Okay, you need to look at the grammar, can help you, the topic, in other words the theme, what's it talking about, and also subject. Okay, again, like the theme, or is it about a person, is it about a place, things like this. This is a really good part of the exam. I absolutely love it. It's very challenging, but with practice you can get very good. And again, if you want some more tips to this part, click here and there'll be a link taking you to another video. Part 7 is a really nice part of the exam. You will be reading between 4 and 6 paragraphs. Usually it's 4, sometimes 5, and finding which paragraph contains the information in the question. So as you can see here, you'll be given 10 questions. They only carry 1 mark each, remember, in this part, unlike 2 marks in all the other parts of the reading. And you've got to underline your key words. And usually there's no point in, if you underline, let's say, the word convenient, probably they will not use the same word in the text. They'll use maybe the word a suitable time instead of convenient. So you're not looking for the same key words in the text, you'll be looking for some kind of synonym. And those are the 3 parts of the FCE reading. So let me give you some more very general tips here. First of all, this is a big complaint of a lot of students. There may be unknown words in the text. Don't panic. FCE exams and Cambridge exams are often designed so they know that you know, I think I got that right, that they know that you won't know that word. That's why it's there. And what they're trying to do is to test whether you can read the sentence that it's in and understand the meaning of that word. And I guarantee you, you are not alone if you're reading things and you don't understand some words. And I say some words, like if I mean like there's tons of words you don't know, well then it's very hard for you to understand the actual passage. And yes, you need to work on your vocabulary. So underline words in the questions so you understand what information you are looking for. This is very useful, and again, remember, just because there's like a word in the question, if you find the same word in the text, it does not mean it's the answer. They do try and trick you a lot of the time at this level. To test your vocabulary, you need to find synonyms of that word. The answers are there, so don't play guessing games. Now, this is a favorite thing for students to do. They're like, oh yeah, I know the answer to that. It's C. Why is it C? It's not A, and yeah, it's C. Why? Find the answer. The texts are quite small. If you play guessing games, the odds are against you. It is highly likely that you'll get the answer wrong. So, unless you're running out of time, don't do it. Find the answer, underline the answer, be sure, watch out for the tricks. Remember, there's always four options in a lot of them, A, B, C and D, especially in part 5. 2 of those will usually be quite easy to get rid of because maybe one of them won't actually be in the text. The other one there'll be the opposite information in the text. But one of the 2, like let's say A and D, one of them is a distractor. It's there to trick you. They're trying to trick you and mislead you. So don't fall for it. And if you understand what you're reading, you won't be tricked. That's the whole point of it. Find the way that you feel comfortable doing the exam. Now, I've had many students over the years, and some of them like starting with the last part of the reading, some like starting with put the sentence in the right place. You'll all have your own ways of doing it, starting maybe with the reading you dislike the most, or maybe your favorite part, or the part you get the highest marks in. find a way that you are comfortable doing the exam and do it that way. So I hope this has been useful. If you have any questions about the reading, and as I said, there will be some videos dedicated to each reading type because they all test very, very different skills. Stay tuned for those, watch them and get in touch. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.